Welcome back to Mr. Clare's classroom. Unfortunately, you missed the Hindenburg lab, which was potentially the best lab ever. Before we get started with the lab, we're going to go over what a physical reaction is and what a chemical reaction is. So a physical reaction rearranges molecules but does not affect their internal structures. So something like going from a liquid like a water liquid to ice. Ice is still water, it just looks different, but it's the same material. What is a chemical reaction? This is any change that results in the formation of new chemical substances. At the molecular level, chemical change involves making or breaking of bonds between atoms. So you could think of like burning wood. This would be a chemical reaction. So we are going to talk about the Hindenburg. This is the Hindenburg. You can see that thing floating near off in the distance actually by the Empire State Building. And the Hindenburg was a Zeppelin. It was the biggest airship in the world at the time it was built. But on May 6th, 1937, the Hindenburg was landing in New Jersey and it burst into flames. Now the Hindenburg was full of hydrogen, and that's what helped it float in the air because hydrogen is so light, as you guys know, and hydrogen can easily catch on fire. This is actually where the famous quote, "Oh, the humanity," comes from, after it was caught on fire. So what we did for the lab was we put NaOH in our Erlenmeyer flask. We rolled up some aluminum foil into small balls and put the foil in the flask. We then stirred the contents after placing a balloon on top. What can you observe from this picture? Do you see any changes happening? What about this picture? Is the balloon bigger? Smaller? What about the liquid? What happened? And what does this signify? So what was produced in the balloon? The answer to that is what element was in the Hindenburg, which is hydrogen. Afterwards, we had a little fun. We placed fire on each of our balloons, and this happened. What type of reactions did you see in this lab?